Okay, so let's go back here, and same as the table, since they're within the same directory, we can actually use a relative path here. So we're going to do /, and that tells the computer, hey, look in the same folder space that we're in right now, and give me the list of files that I have access to. And that is reset button and table, which is right here on the left. So let's take reset button and go back to my container, and we're just going to put that right here under the anime database. So on click equals an empty function for now, and it's just going to say reset button clicked, and that's just going to be printed out to the console. So let's save this, see where we are, and perfect, that's what we have. We have a reset database icon, and within it is some text. And when we click it, wow, look at that. In the console, it's calling our function, and all it's doing is saying reset button clicked, which is what we defined right here. So we passed our reset button a on click property, and that was set right here. And so it knows, hey, whenever this is clicked, execute whatever prop we were given, which what we said was, hey, just print out to the console that the reset button was clicked. Okay, so we're going to mess with that logic way farther down the line, but for now, let's go into our public folder and actually do some of that style. So let me pull up the style sheet. I want you to create a new folder under public called stylesheet.css, or excuse me, the folder needs to just be called stylesheet. Within this folder, we're going to have stylesheet .css. So there we go, stylesheet.css. Perfect. Okay, and this is going to be the file that we add in all of our custom class names that we defined right here. So we're going to add centered row, we're going to add table title, we're going to add in the reset button, we're going to add in, do we have anything else? I don't think so, but actually now that I think of it, on this table.js file, we do need to add in our anime table class name so that we can supply some CSS to this specific library that we've been importing. So all of the component logic that is in charge of our React table or our anime table. Okay, so that all looks pretty good to me so far. The last thing that we need to do is look into our index.html file, and inside of that, we actually need to create a link to our style sheet so that it has an idea of how to style that table. So let's do this. Let's do link rel style sheet href and do /style/stylesheet.css. So what I'm telling you right here is, hey, I want you to link up a style sheet, and this is the path that you need to look for to actually access that style sheet. So it's going to be within the style directory, and then right here it's going to be stylesheet.css for the name of the file. So let's actually rename this to what it needs to be. Sorry, I'm all over the place right now. I'll rename that folder to style. Okay, so let's go over here, and as you can see, nothing is being done still. So that's because we haven't actually populated that style sheet file. So let's go back here and let's actually write some CSS so we know what is going on. So first thing that we're going to do is we are going to assign some custom CSS variables. I don't think we're actually going to need all of these right now, but let's just define them anyway. So do -- primary green, and what this is going to allow us to do is assign some variables that we can use throughout this file, so we don't have to keep copying pasting the same colors over and over again. We can just refer to this -- primary green within our CSS for colors, or you can do font sizes, you can do translation metrics, all different types of things like that. So we're going to do -- primary dark green, and these are going to be all the colors that we use over and over again within our application. So that's why we're going to define them up here right now so we don't have to later. We're going to do red, we're going to do dark blue. Oh, and I think I actually did a typo right here. So this is 594943. And then for dark blue, 1B1834. For blue black, 1B1919. And these letters, lowercase or not, doesn't matter. Let's just do uppercase to remain consistent. And then primary silver is going to be the last one, so we have 8B8897. All right, perfect. So that's looking good to me. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to assign some style to our actual enclosing body element. And we're going to set the color of that to primary dark blue. We have that set right there. The color of the text is going to be white. And the font family is going to be sans serif, just to make it look a little nicer. Later down the line I'm going to be using Material UI, and they are going to be having a lot better font families and inbuilt style right off the bat that we can use. So for now we're just going to use what's available to us by default. Okay, so we're going to set some style to the link. We have text decoration none, color unset, and cursor default. And this is just to strip that style that is natively defined to all link tags. I don't want that there because it actually looks pretty ugly. So all that style that's applied by default, we're just going to remove it. We're going to set a centered row, so we're going to make the text align centered, and this is going to give us some really nice rows that are centered in our application. We don't need to do the loading bar yet, so I'm not going to do that. That's going to be in the next video. So let's do our table title. Padding is 7px. Border radius is 3px. And the font size is going to be 20px. So this is just for the text that says animate information above our table. And then let's do our animate table. So we're going to add margin 60px to the side. This is going to add some white space around it so it's enclosed in and it's not right on the edges of the web page when we first open it up. Background color is going to be white. Color is going to be black. So this is just some style for the table to get it looking a little nicer. And then let's just do our reset button really quickly. So margin left. We want to do 10px. We want to do the color to be white. We want the background color, and we're going to use this var syntax because this says, hey, we have a custom variable assigned within this file. We want you to look for it and use that as the actual value for the background color. So that's why I use that var syntax right there. You can actually look it up on, I think Mozilla, like Firefox has some good documentation on that online. You can just quick type in that syntax and I'll explain it to you. But that's more or less how it works. It's just saying, hey, look at that variable assigned at the top of the page and supply that as the value for whatever CSS attribute we were using, which in our case was the background color. So let's do the reset button on hover, and what we're going to do is we're just going to flip that background color and we're going to change it out to red so that the user knows that they're about to reset our database. They have like a little warning notification for them. Okay, so let's save that, and if we look back and we refresh, oh wow, we have some style. Isn't that very exciting? So what we did was we centered our rows so that they were in the middle. Nice. We added some color to our button, so it's got some background color, it's got some border radius, and when you hover onto it, it changes the color. We centered our Kingdom Hearts row so that it wasn't all left aligned. We centered this in the middle to make it look nice because it was all within that enclosing div. And then we added some space around our table so that it wasn't too close to the edge. And you can see all of that if you just look through our CSS sheet right here and you look back on our table container and things like that. Okay, so perfect. That's going to wrap it up for this video, and then in the next one we're going to go over React Router. We're going to add some actual menu bar navigation to the top so that we can go to different pages and have well, React is actually a single page application at heart, but we can kind of fake the browser into thinking that we're going to different pages, and we do that with a library called React Router.